have some crushed turquoise here. And that came from New Mexico. And I've already cleaned out my cracks and put a little thin CA in them to seal up the pores. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to work some of that turquoise in to those cracks using thin and medium CA. Get you guys right over it so you can see the work, I hope. And then we'll continue to put little layer after layer. And as the crack gets filled up, we'll go a little proud with the CA glue in this particular case. Since this stuff is pretty pricey, I try to do my best to not waste any of it. So you really just have to kind of work it into the crack. But it's such a fine crushed turquoise that as you do that, it'll get into the pores too. So we're gonna end up having to turn away some of that for sand to sand like crazy to get rid of it. I've tried a couple of different things. I've tried using putty knives, but what's worked the best is just literally laying it into the crack, filling it up. It'll soak into the crack further as we start putting CA in there. But I try to fill one crack at a time, trying not to waste any of this stuff. Like I said, it's pretty dear cost-wise. Probably not a word people are used to hearing, but it's pretty dear. You can see how it gets into all the little empty pores on the ends there. So I'm going to start on just one flat spot there. And then I'm going to get the thin CA out. And like normal, I use a Star Bond. It's the only CA that I really have had consistently good luck with. And they support a lot of our local wood turning clubs and stuff. So, see, I wanted to go away from the turquoise. I got to get right in there and just slowly go over it. That's going to soak into the grain there, and we'll be okay with that. We're going to turn and sand around this. This stuff is filled deep into the crack. When we have a gap that we don't like the way it looks, we come back, we'll add some more CA. But all we want to do is try to get to sink down into the crack itself with that turquoise. Because we can fill over the top of the turquoise with CA and give it a very nice look. Again, that was just the thin CA. Now I don't spray any accelerator on this when I'm doing the inlay, so I'm gonna have to let that sit and wait up. But it's a lot of rinse and repeat of that same thing. You're gonna see me build up an embellishment here, a decoration to fill this crack, one step at a time, slowly, layer after layer, so we have something very nice that'll polish up beautifully. And when we take another final passing cut, it should clean off these top fibers. It'll only be maybe 10, 15 thousandths soaked into the wood, has been my experience. So I'm going to finish filling this one crack up here first, and then I'll move to the other side. But I just want to make sure you had a chance to see exactly what it is I'm doing.